Welcome back to Council Bluffs News. I'm Zach Harper-Blunt, joined in studio by Major Judy Tekautz from the Salvation. Judy, thank you for joining us here in studio today.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Something that people notice around this time of season is the Red Kettle program with people outside businesses ringing bells. Can you kind of talk about what that is?
Sure. It started back in 1891. There was a captain in San Francisco and was noticing so many poor people, especially around the holidays, and he wanted to be able to keep feeding them, but he had trouble raising money for them. So he knew that the ships would come in at port there, and so he decided to put out a big pot and ask people to throw in money, and his sign said, "Keep the kettle boiling so we can feed the hungry." And that was the beginning, and now here we are over 100 years later, still ringing the bell, and our pot's got a little different looking, but we're still ringing the bell, trying to help feed people and help people throughout the season, as well as throughout the year and at Christmas.
So kind of when did it start moving out from just that one area to kind of across the entire country?
Oh, it pretty much exploded real quick. Everybody caught on to that. That's a great way to do it. Get out in the streets where people are and ask them to help us put money to work in their communities.
Now, for people to ring the bells at the kettles, there's probably a lot of different people. How many usually sign up for this?
Well, we have two different programs. One is our volunteer program, of course, and the more volunteers we get, the better for us because we get a better return on our investment. But they can sign up at ringbells.org, and they just pick Iowa, and then under Iowa they pick Council Bluffs, and all our sites are there, and any places where people are not signed up yet will show up as shifts available. We ask them to sign up for at least a 2-hour shift, but they can sign up for as many of those back to back or in different days at different times as they would like.
And the money that is collected in the kettles, where does that all go to?
It all goes to our budget here in Council Bluffs. It's about 43% of our budget we raise with the Christmas kettles and our mail appeal and things just from 1st of November to the end of January. So it's a very important part of our fundraising campaign. Just the kettles alone last year brought in $111,000 out of a $430,000 budget. So our kettles, you may not think they're change and dollar bills add up, but they add up a lot, and it really helps us out throughout the year. Our other program that we have is we do offer paid positions as well, because people just don't give to a kettle that's hanging there with nobody ringing the bell. And so that's kind of a twofold thing. It brings in more money for us, and it also gives a little extra income to folks who might need it at this time of the year. So we're also still hiring some folks if they would like to have a seasonal job with us. They just come down to our office with a Social Security card and ID, and we'll sign them up.
And then people can donate online if they can't make it to one of the kettles?
Yes, salvationarmy.org, and it will come here. Anything within our zip code area, it gets sent to our office so that it goes right here locally.
And then just last question for you, Judy. From talking to people that have signed up to ring the bells, what have they said about volunteering their time for this?
Oh, they love it, especially the last few days and in this coming week because the weather's going to be so wonderful. But it's a great way for people who maybe don't have a lot of money that they can give, or they do have money but they still want to do more. And so give 2 hours can make a change in somebody's life because it brings in money for us to help people throughout the year.
Judy, thank you so much for coming in studio today.
You're welcome.
Stay tuned. More Council Bluffs news coming up right after the break.